In an age where college funding is limited, education resources are questionable, and arts programs are being cut, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, better known as CAAPA, has stepped up to the plate.
Inspired by CAAPA as a part of its commitment in supporting classical music education and performance artists throughout the United States and abroad, we offer the Masterclass Series. CAAPA marries serious music students with acclaimed music masters of color, targeting historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, high school performing arts schools, and music conservatories, including schools like Howard University, Livingstone College, Morgan State University, Detroit School for the Arts, Morehouse College, Texas Southern University, Spelman College, University of Kentucky, and Winston-Salem State University.
The Masterclass series helps students build self-confidence, strengthen performances, hone their skills, tighten presentations, improve stage presence, work on technique, and vocal recommendations.
While emphasis is placed on classical music students to participate in the Masterclass series, audiences and faculty members are also encouraged to attend the free-to-the-public sessions, an exciting and fresh way to help CAAPA bring color to the classics.
The CAAPA Masterclass Series.
The Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, in partnership with Hampton University, the Standard of Excellence, presents the Masterclass Series, the premier Black classical music Masterclass Series.
Come fossi una vita, e come al veglio potessi scampare.
Gordon Hawkins is critically acclaimed throughout the world for his in-depth interpretations and lush baritone voice. A dramatic baritone with an international reputation as a rigoletto specialist, Mr. Hawkins has delighted audiences as the tragic Verdi underdog in more than 200 performances, most recently with Deutsche Oper am Rhein, Vancouver Opera, Washington National Opera, Arizona Opera, and Opera Colorado. He is now earning critical acclaim as a Wagner specialist. Already was superbly realized by baritone Gordon Hawkins in his Los Angeles opera debut. He delivered a sterling vocal characterization of the power-mad Nibelung's stated upper news. He has been engaged as Alberich in Wagner's Der Ring des Nibelungen at esteemed international companies, including San Francisco Opera, Los Angeles Opera, Seattle Opera, Washington National Opera, and Deutsche Oper Berlin. This season, Mr. Hawkins performs the role of the Reverend in the world premiere of Janine Tesori and Tazewell Thompson's Blue at the Glimmerglass Festival, the Warden in Dead Man Walking with Lyric Opera of Chicago, and the title role of Porgy and Bess with Harrisburg Symphony. Mr. Hawkins was a winner of the Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions, the Luciano Pavarotti International Vocal Competition, and was awarded the Washington National Opera's Artist of the Year Award. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome as music master for the Hampton University Masterclass, Baritone Gordon Hawkins. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you and welcome to the first installment of CAAPA's virtual masterclass series. My name is Renée Simpson, and I'm your host and I'm the program director for this series. As most of you know, this is not your typical masterclass format, but times being what they are, we're glad that we're still able to offer this series in a virtual format for free to numerous HBCUs across the country. That being said, I would like to thank Hampton University and its music department for agreeing to partner with us today and for bringing color to the classics. Now, without further ado, I would like to bring to you our music master, Mr. Gordon Hawkins, and Hampton University voice major, Miss Jada Russell.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Jada. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful in this new virtual world. So we're going to make do with what we can. Jada, why don't you announce what you're going to sing, the name of the piece and the composer?
Okay. Today I'm Jada Russell, a junior music recording technology major, and I will be singing Sure on the Shining Night by Samuel Barber.
Okay.
Start now.
The stage is yours and the screen is yours as well.
Sure on the shining night of stormy shadows roll, kindness must watch for me this side the ground.
Very good, Jada. Very good.
Thank you.
How long have you been studying voice?
How long? Like I started freshman year.
Okay.
That's when I really started learning like classically how to actually work with my voice classically. When I was 13, I was 11 when I started actual voice lessons, and I was learning, I guess, jazz, you could say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just started classically learning freshman year.
No, that's fine. I mean, your voice has a wonderful natural quality to it. I immediately, I immediately like the quality of your voice. I guess the thing that strikes me straight away, Jada, is I'm a pretty much a straight shooter when it comes to certain things. So particularly when it comes to singing and technical issues. So I don't want to get overly technical about it, but I know that there's more voice in there. So I don't know if part of this is, I know it's awkward because you don't know me. We can't even see each other. We're not in the same physical space, and you're singing to a soundtrack, all of those things that make it that more challenging. That being said, I wonder if you can be more generous with your sound. And by generous, I don't necessarily mean louder, Jada. I mean, in terms of how much air you can move through your body to make this happen. Okay? So I don't know how close you are to that wall back there, but I want you to move back to the wall so that you can feel your back up against the wall.
Okay.
Are you wearing heels?
No.
Good. I was going to say kick them off because nobody's going to see it anyway. What I want you to feel, Jada, is I want you to feel how strong your heels are into that floor, like they're pegs, like you can almost feel yourself gripping the floor. I don't want you to lock your legs or anything like that, but I want you to feel like you're really anchored.
Yes.
And the thing that I want you to feel, just where you have your hands behind your back, if you were wearing pants, say, and you could feel your hip pockets, I want that part of your body to feel like it's gently pressing back into that wall. Like someone's behind you trying to push you and you're just resisting against them. Okay. Do you feel that? So you're gonna have to use your legs, you're gonna have to use your heels, stabilize yourself. Basically what we're gonna do is just engage that lower platform for you.
Okay.
Right? Again, it's not like you're lifting weights or anything, but don't let that wall push you forward. You're gonna hold it back, but you're gonna hold it back with the lower portion of your body.
Okay.
Like if you were a ladybug, you could feel your back fanning out. Mm-hmm. Okay? Just for a couple of seconds, I just want you to open your mouth and breathe normally, but breathe in this physically engaged position. Don't think about singing, don't think about anything. Just feel how the air is moving there, but constantly feel yourself engaged and pressing back into that wall. You can let your hands go.
Okay.
It's a stronger feeling. So open your mouth, just let a good comfortable 1 finger, 2 fingers, just relaxed open and feel that air moving. Okay?
Okay.
Keep that, Jada, that's a good thing to feel for a singer. Now, keep your heels, your legs engaged into that floor. Keep your lower back engaged into that wall. Keep breathing. And I want you to start singing that first line. You don't even need the music. Start singing the first line with as long and as generous a vowel you can think of. Okay. Really feel that body. Really feel it.
Shine the shining night of stormy shadows round.
Every sentence, see, already, this is fine. We're going to keep going in this direction. I don't want you to feel like you have to rush anything. I want you to feel like each vowel connects vibrates, and anchors itself right down through your hips, through your bones, through your heels, that you can feel the entire length of your lower frame vibrating and expanding with the entire length of each vowel. Each vowel. You're not going to sing any faster than you can feel that vowel vibration root itself down through you.
Okay.
So don't be musical. Be athletic. Be athletic.
Okay. Shine a shining light of stormy shadows round.
I bet you can be even 30% more generous with the physicality of it. Again, I don't want you to make, the sound is fine. I just want you to be, it's as if your lower body, your lower back, your legs, your hips, your rib cage is taking up more space. That's all you're doing. You're occupying a greater space. Let the sound do what the sound does.
Okay. Shine a shining light of stormy shadows round.
Very good. Now we're going to continue on. When you finish the phrase, Jada, when you, again, I'm going to insist that you maintain this physical engagement. When you finish the phrase and take a breath, I want you to allow that breath to come in the exact same physical position you are in now. So don't relax and then rebuild the whole structure again. Allow the air to come in the same physical place you are in now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. So you don't want me to change anything, keep everything.
I want you to be literally be a squatter. Don't let anybody take any of that physical space away from you.
Okay.
Be greedy with that.
Okay.
It'll feel a little bit like you're expanding back and down, back and down. Don't let yourself, it's like if I put you know what a hula hoop is?
Yes.
If I put a hula hoop around you and that hula hoop was about 1 inch too big, don't let that hula hoop hit the floor.
Okay.
Don't let it hit the floor. Feel it all the way through.
Okay. Start from the beginning, the shore.
Yep. Get yourself anchored, get yourself expanded, and feel that hula hoop all the way through.
Sure. Oh God, sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about that. I mean, that just means you're a human being.
Okay. Shine a shining light of stormy shadows round.
Stay expanded. Stay expanded. Go on.
Must watch for me this side the ground.
Stay open. Stay open. Stay open. Keep going. Oh. Time out. Time out. You left where your platform was. The Layla down the north. Oh, stay big. Stay wide. Stay wide in the lower part of where your big muscles are. And don't let that air wants to go rushing out of your body. I want you to tell that air to stay down low where the big bones are. Keep that air expanded down there. It'll want to go up. Don't let it.
Okay. Where do you want me to start from?
The lady lies. Good for you. Good for you. I don't know where you are in your house, but is there a glass of water that you can get in about 20 seconds?
If I run real fast up the stairs.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Can you? I'm gonna ask you to pantomime. We're gonna take 1 second and do a pantomime. You can see me holding this glass of water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pretend like you're holding a glass of water.
Okay.
And you're gonna take a drink. As you're about to take a drink, can you feel what happens in your throat? How that just sort of relaxes?
Uh-huh.
All right. That's the position I want you to keep in your mind. And the other thing I want you to keep in mind, Jada, when that water goes in, that water is like air. Keep that water below the rim of where your lips meet the glass. Don't let that water come up any higher than that. Don't let that air come up any higher. So you right-handed or left-handed?
Say that one more time, sorry.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Left-handed.
Take your left hand. That's your glass of water. Put it on your lip. Keep all that air below that glass of water.
Okay.
The lady lies. Keep that air and that water underneath where that thumb is.
Okay. Now, okay.
Just sing it. Just feel it. Don't let that air go any higher than that.
Okay.
It's almost. It's a smidgen. I can hear it. Can you feel like the sound in the air want to go there?
Yeah, I realized what you were talking about with the motion.
Try it again. Try it again. Don't even worry about the singing, Jada. Worry about what the action does.
Okay.
All of that air, all of that motion, all of that flow is going to continue going down and back, down and back. Just don't, you focus on that. The sound will do what the sound needs to do.
Okay.
Good for you. All is here. It's like you want to let it go this way. You're just going to expand and just gobble up all of that wall space behind you. All of it. And don't let that water and don't let that air go higher than where your thumb is. All is health. Just do that phrase.
Okay.
Oh. That's the place.
Mr. Hawkins.
You feel the difference. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just interjecting. We're going to have to end in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jada. You're going to get yourself a real glass of water.
Okay.
You might even get yourself a real hula hoop. That hula hoop is not going to hit the ground. You're going to stay expanded so it doesn't drop. And that glass of water, as soon as you start to drink it, and as soon as you feel your throat relax and open, you're going to keep moving in that direction. You're not going to let that air go any higher than that point of contact to where the glass meets your mouth.
Okay.
It won't.
Okay.
At all, ever. I'll hunt you down. I'll find you. I've got spies. I can find people. Can you understand that? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, I don't think so. The leaning against the wall part was kind of a little confusing. When you said to Can you just re-explain that, like the whole concept of it?
It's like you're standing in line at Starbucks or McDonald's or any place, and there's a rush of people, and they want to push you so they can get to their order. You won't let them.
Okay.
You will resist. You will not let them.
Okay.
You can feel them wanting to push you up, but you feel your heels digging in and stabilizing you, and you feel your lower back saying no, no, no,
okay.
no.
I get it now.
That's all. That's all. It's just it's a physical thing that you do that allows your big muscles to act like a floor to serve your sound on, as opposed to you trying to drive all that air up and through your mouth. Mm-hmm. You're going to remain expanded and grounded, and that'll create enough of a floor so that it will allow a nice even resistance into the lungs so that the airflow can come up evenly. The other part of that, keeping that hula hoop expanded, means you have a floor, you have your lungs, and you have something else on top of it. And it's a nice balance. But that balance only works when your entire physical apparatus remains rooted, engaged, and expanded. That's all you should be thinking about.
Okay.
I'm sorry to have to interrupt, but we have to keep pressing on.
Okay.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you. Your voice is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I mean, truly. It's not the sound you have to work on. The sound is fine. It's that focus of what you're doing with your instrument, your physical instrument.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You are welcome. Now we would like to bring to you baritone Gregory Hembrey.
Gregory, how are you? You better unmute yourself, though.
Hello?
You go. There you are. How are you today, Gregory?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm fine. Gregory, what are you singing today?
I'm going to be singing Oasis und Osiris from Mozart's The Magic Flute.
Okay. And the role you're singing is?
Zarasto.
There you go. Anything we need to know about this before you launch into it, or do you just want to fly with it?
As far as the setting, I would say a quick synopsis. It's in the second act when the two main characters are in love, but they have to go through a trial to sort of be together, and I'm wishing them well on, their trials.
And just so that the people who are listening know who you're talking about, what are the names of those two characters?
I want to say, I always get them confused. Tamino and Pamina.
That's it.
Okay.
It kind of rhymes, but
yeah.
All right, Gregory, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Oasis und Osiris schenket der Weisheit Geist dem neuen Bad. Die der Wandrer Schritte lenket, steht mit Geduld in Gefahr. Steht mit Geduld in Gefahr.
Very good. Gregory, I'm just curious, on that soundtrack you have, does it have the ability to control the speed?
I was sent a recording, and so I've just been practicing with what I was sent.
Okay, that's so it doesn't.
No.
Because I want you to give yourself a little bit more space in that. So, do you have a keyboard there? Can you give yourself a C?
I can go grab one.
Well, no. I mean, I got one in my head. Oh, start right on that one. Forget about the soundtrack that was played. I want you to allow yourself to make the richest, most relaxed, most self-enjoyable tones you can make. And I want you to link each of these vowels to each other as if they have absolutely no space at all.
Okay.
Enjoy the luxury of what Gregory sounds like as he connects these vowels to each other. Enjoy that and don't rush yourself.
Okay. Osiris und Osiris Ket device hide Geist dem neuen Bad.
Very good. We're gonna do that again. Do you have are you anywhere near a kitchen or any place where you can get a glass of water?
Yes.
Easily, quickly?
Yes.
Hurry up. I got a trick for you.
Okay.
You got it there?
Yes.
All right. Did you see were you watching what I was doing with Jada earlier?
Yes.
I want you now. You don't even have to mime it because you actually have it. I want you to literally take a drink. Don't drink all the water because we're gonna do it a couple times. Take a drink. All right. Now go and take a drink again, and just before you feel the water go down, I want you to turn your Gregory yoga eye inside and see what happens in your throat, in your mouth, just before the water passes down through. Okay. Tell me what you see, what you feel.
Just
do it again. Do it again. Just take. It's no right or wrong. It's just what you're feeling.
I hear and feel something open.
There you go. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do just what. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We're gonna take what you saw Jada doing, but you have it in real time with the real thing. I want you to tilt that glass back like you're gonna let the water go. Mm-hmm. You're gonna do that release and open, and you're gonna start singing. So you're not gonna drink, you're just gonna do the action as if you're getting to it. Everything else but let the water pass. Then you're gonna start singing, and you're gonna keep that water and that air beneath the level of where that glass is meeting your lip. Everything's happening underneath there. Oh.
Osiris und Osiris Ket.
And even when you go up to the high ones, keep everything beneath that glass.
Okay.
Don't try. It'll want to go. Don't let anything come above the point of contact between your lip and that bottle.
Okay.
Just start right on there. Device. Device, hide guys, dim noy and bond. Take a drink and continue. Gregory, we're not gonna get to the point where we actually let the water come in. We're gonna feel that opening as if it does, and that's where we want to start the onset of the sound from. Everything is right down there, like I'm going, like I'm inhaling, inhaling, inhaling.
Where do you want me to start from?
Right on that one. But inhale and start the sound. Okay. Now, do you feel that?
Yes.
Where do you feel those vibrations when you do that?
Really, at the bottom of my mouth and in my throat.
Can you take your, it's a lovely tie, by the way. Can you tap on your sternum? Like take your index finger and tap on your breastplate.
Okay.
Now, when you take that drink, I want you to be aware of this spot. And let that spot vibrate. Every time, let it vibrate. Don't rush it, let it vibrate. Gregory, you have more time than you think.
Okay.
Every one of them is going to vibrate. You're not going to move any faster than your ability to make that breastplate of yours vibrate like it's a string, and that string runs straight down the center of Gregory all the way down through the floor. It's that string that we want to be vibrating, the entire length of it. Don't rush that vibration. Take a drink and go. All right, now we can let that bottle go. If I were to say to you the name, you guys have TV land, so you might know this. Have you ever watched the Andy Griffith Show?
Yes.
Do you know who Gomer Pyle is?
I don't think that I do.
Okay, no offense to Gomer Pyle, but think of the person. Think of something that, or a person that doesn't have a very high IQ.
Okay.
Not very smart. That's how I want your jaw to behave.
Okay.
No smarter than, it's got to be the least intelligent thing you can think of. Don't say any names. I don't want you incriminating nobody, Gregory. Your jaw should feel like it could care less about what words, vowel, perfect. It should just be relaxed, like it's just going to accept what's going to flow down through it.
Okay.
Not intelligent at all. sure what that vibration, the sound, it's not you, but there's something in the recording that's on my playback that's a little bit odd. Can you try that one again? Let me just see if it's something in my soundtrack.
Okay.
Very good. That's good. That when you go up for the can you feel that chord vibrating all the way down as opposed to you trying to make the pitch go higher?
Yeah.
Get long. It's like if you hold the rubber band, if you had a rubber band in your right hand and the bottom hand, down, not up.
Okay.
Just feel yourself expanding and pulling down. Oh. I trust that. Don't rush that. Don't control it. Don't manipulate it. Don't hold on to it. Just feel that stretch. Feel the depth of that stretch. Don't try to make a bigger sound or anything. Just feel the depth of that stretch and resonance. Gregory, I'm all the way in Phoenix, and where are you?
Maryland.
Right. So I can't find you. Don't let me scare you. I dare you. I dare you let that go. I don't care what comes out of you. I dare you let that go. I dare you. I double dare you, Gregory. Come on now. Come on now. Let her go. Good for you. Now that's the direction we want to go. Now I'm greedy. I'm greedy now. Gregory, I want more. I don't want you to, we're not going to do a louder sound or anything. The more that I want is the length of this chord and not any wider than your lapels. Okay. It kind of wants to go this direction.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to go this direction.
Okay.
Again, you got that Gomer Pyle jaw. It ain't smart at all. Just go. The Western guy, Wyatt Earp.
Okay.
Say Earp.
Earp.
Now say Earp about 2 inches open in your mouth and like it's like you got a hard-boiled egg in your mouth. Do that. Do that. Not wide. Deep. Like it's gonna hit you it's gonna land at the top of your shoes. There you go. You want to get lockjaw on me. You kind of want to do in this direction and control it. Let that puppy go. Okay. Don't just release that sucker, but don't release it wide. Mm-hmm. Release it. Can you see my mouth?
Yeah.
What shape does it look like it's in?
An oval.
Uh-huh. And I'm speaking in this. Do you know who Foghorn Leghorn is? The cartoon character?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my son, can you give me a little bit of foghorn leghorn depth in that position? We just want to give you a little bit more space to roam. So allow yourself, you're a big grown man, Gregory. Allow yourself a little bit more space for this air to move through. It'll feel like it's a little bit of a caricature, but this is just for the sake of this exercise, okay?
Okay.
Be a foghorn leghorn, Gregory. Let yourself go. You feel self-conscious about that?
I wouldn't say necessarily self-conscious, but it's an adjustment.
All right. Well, then let's go even further. Can you take both your hands? We're gonna get there. I got all sorts of tricks, Gregory.
Okay.
I want you to do this. Open your mouth. All right. Now, keep that position while you sing. Same thing. Don't go wide. Stay there. Now you feel funny, don't you, doing that?
Absolutely.
Well, Gregory, I'm sorry that you feel funny about it, but son, you're just gonna have to get used to it because now all of a sudden your throat done relaxed and opened up, and now we can start negotiate some stuff through there without stress and holding. You're just gonna have to make your peace with it. I don't know what else to tell you, but you're gonna have to make your peace with it. Let's go on from there. Keep your hands there, son. Go on. Now, as funny or as awkward or as slightly as uncomfortable as that feels, Gregory, I'm all the way in Phoenix, so I don't think you could find me, even if you knew exactly what neighborhood I lived in. So I can comfortably and safely say, I don't care. This is what I want you to do. I want you to get used to this relaxation feeling, this elongated feeling, particularly in this tube, right in your vocal tract, right in your throat, right going down this sternum. As a matter of fact, I want you to envision that tube runs the entire length of your body from the tip of your head down through your heels.
Okay.
And everything you do is going to be moving within the length of that tube. And I mean the entire length of that tube. You're going to track it. You're going to remind yourself. Now we're going to start this one more time. No, we don't have a lot of time, I'm sure, but I want you to start this whole thing again so you know what that very first pattern feels like. Not what it sounds like, feels like.
Okay. Oh,
all right. So this is the position for it. We can deal with some of these German things later. I mean, if I was in a room with you, I'd be jumping on you on this German. But right now, I think the more important thing is to find this relaxed release position for you.
Mr. Hawkins, we have about a minute, and then we'll have some questions and answers.
Okay. In a minute, I'm going to try something. Say the word H-U-M-A-N, human. Say human.
Human.
Now say human again and elongate that first hue.
Human.
Do it again. Human.
Human.
A very long.
Human.
The place where that alignment is, the place that where that position is for, without you making it aspirated, I want all of your vowels and consonants to feel like they're coming out of the same line. Oh, it is right in the same parallel position as if you were going to say a very quiet but very long human.
Oh, is
Gregory?
Yes.
I'm not even going to ask you how this feels because I don't care. I care what it sounds like, and I care that you can do it. I care that you're not damaging yourself. It certainly doesn't sound like it. It sounds like all of a sudden I got some vibrations and some airflow and some release, and it sounds like a timbre and a tone quality that's not unlike your voice, but we're just getting more partials to it without you having to do anything extraordinary. This is just an elongated, the throat is just a tube. The throat is just a passageway. You don't want to be doing a whole bunch of stuff through there anyway. It knows how to sing better than you ever will. Let it do what it's physiologically designed to do. And that is just to be a portal. Let the air pass through it. What I don't want you to do is start getting in there and manipulating stuff in an area that has so many small ligaments, vocal folds, arytenoid, all that stuff that they're too small. They don't want, they're saying, leave me alone, just let me be open, relaxed, and let me let the air pass through it. Good for you. And I appreciate, I know it's not easy having a crazy person you just met telling you to do all these things, so I really appreciate the trust. I respect that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we want to thank Mr. Hembrey for joining us and participating in our masterclass. Now, if anyone has any questions for Mr. Hawkins, we're having a question and answer session. Please post your questions in the chat. Any question at all? We have a shy audience, I see.
You can't be shy and be on stage all at the same time.
Well, I'll ask you a question while we're waiting for questions from our audience. So what would your advice be, what advice would you give to students like Ms. Russell or Mr. Hembrey regarding the issues that are happening in the opera industry right now? It seems like these times could be a little bit discouraging. What would you tell students?
I would say first and foremost, handle your business. There's going to be things that are going to happen or not happen. And there's a lot of people, yourself, myself, friends of mine, there's a lot of action happening that is starting to make a way to make people more aware, to make these institutions more aware of people of color and the disparity of options. Regardless of that, if you don't position yourself by developing your talent to its fullest, you won't be able to take advantage of those opportunities when they do arrive.
Right.
So the very first thing you need to do is handle your business.
Right.
Handle your business. That's your first responsibility. Not to look out for what may or may not be or should or should not be. You better handle your business first so that when that opportunity arrives, you are talented enough, you are square enough, solid enough between the ears that you can handle it. You are ready to do it. Talent is only part of it. It's only part of it. That you have to be ready to handle it when that light is on you and when the criticism comes. You got to be centered. So get into the habit of handling your business.
Okay. Well, we do have a question. Great. From a student named Lauren Bass, sorry. My name is Lauren Bass. I'm a junior journalism major from Atlanta, Georgia, at Hampton University. I am also the current choir president. Sadly, the choirs can only meet virtually. How do you recommend maintaining our vocals while we are at home during the quarantine?
That's a very good question. You know, particularly in choirs where you're used to being in a group supported with your colleagues and friends, that's a tough one. And to be honest with you, when this pandemic first hit, I got depressed so badly that I didn't feel like singing. I just didn't. And because singing is an affirmation of your soul, right? Absolutely. And if your soul ain't right, it's kind of hard to get there. Absolutely. So what pulled me out of it was a friend of mine was doing a project. Nicole Heason was doing a project, Lift Every Voice.
Yes.
And Nicole sent that Facebook thing out, and it was like wildfire. And I started working on that. Now, I hadn't been singing in a while, so I had to, my technique was like cats. It was trying to herd cats, get all that stuff in line. But I was inspired to get back into doing something because it was more than me just making sounds for myself. So I needed to be inspired, and because my spirit was kind of beat. It was kind of beat. So I don't know what every person, I think, is different, but whatever inspires you, what makes you want to vibrate your truth, resonate your truth, that can be it. It doesn't have to be a classical thing. It can be a gospel thing. It can be even a witnessing something, an event, something that makes you want to amplify your spirit through it, and then let your voice go along with that. Any of those things that helped inspire you to get to that place, I'm all for that.
Okay. She says, okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
I will say, Lauren, nobody can take that. Don't allow anybody to take that spirit of making these sounds away from you, not even the situation or the circumstance. They don't have that right to do it. So there's only one Lauren D. And if we don't get that voice in either a musical fashion or a political or a human or a citizen, if that voice is silenced for some reason, then we lose the glory of you. So you have to find some way. I'm not saying it's always there and it's always easy, but you have to find some way to validate yourself to allow yourself to do it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Hawkins. I wanted to give the platform now to Professor Fulton to see if he had a few words.
Yes, on behalf of the Hampton University Department of Music and Performing Arts, I would like to thank the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts for providing this opportunity to students at HBCUs. It not only enriches, it shows our students that African Americans are a vital and integral part in all sectors of the music industry. I would like to thank the master, Maestro Hawkins. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maestro.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
For sharing your knowledge and wisdom. Everyone watching, please take a moment to read about Mr. Hawkins, okay? Take the moment to look at people who paved the way for you and me and anyone else that's out there, okay? And thank you very much, Angela. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just so glad we were able to do this. Now I want to turn the table to Mr. Hawkins, if he has a few words.
Well, the very first thing I want to thank the Coalition for African Americans in Performing Arts. But in particular, there's a few names that should be mentioned that if you, I'm sure you're audience. Terry Allen, the executive director, and Pamela Simonson, the co-founder. And we also need to mention Sheila May over at the Hampton Music Department chair there. One of the things that drew me to wanting to participate and join into a project like this was the sheer fact that we are, because of circumstances, a lot of circumstances, we find ourselves in just sort of like this Brady Bunch picture. You know, we're all into our little spaces. And I think if one thing that we've learned through this pandemic and through issues like Black Lives Matter and the things that we're witnessing on TV that are just really taking a toll on us is we can't be in these little boxes by ourselves. Even these little small boxes, there's not enough space in them for me.
Right.
So one thing that I find very rewarding, very, not even rewarding, that's too weak of a word. It's something that I need. I need not only these spaces and these faces and these spirits in it, I need, this computer screen isn't big enough for what I need to have in terms of what I want to be connected with. So when I see this on this virtual plane, it just reminds me what I need to be in the real plane and what I need to have. So I just want to make sure that people understand that this isolation, this sort of virtual world, even in this setting, it's not who we are.
Right.
Even in this setting, it's not who we are. I know we're seeing it, and but it really is not who we are. So don't let this fool you. This is we're represented in this medium, but it's not who we are. What we are is flesh and blood.
Yep.
And so find some way to keep that in it. However way you need to do it, whether it's virtual calls or text. However, it's that connection that makes us link to each other. So I mean, I'm sort of that's who I am. That's the sort of person I am. I don't even pretend to be anything other than that. So take the challenge of it and embrace that. We need that connection.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So that is the end of our first CAAPA virtual masterclass with Hampton University. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves and gathered some great insights from Mr. Hawkins. CAAPA would like to thank Hampton Music Department Chair Sheila May, Professor Fulton, Ms. Russell, Mr. Hembrey, and last but not least, Mr. Gordon Hawkins. Please join us next Wednesday, where we will be joined by Bass Morris Robinson, facilitating a masterclass with students from Clark Atlanta University. And I, Angela Simpson, and the CAAPA staff would like to say thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a great afternoon.